Welcome back, friends. In this module we are going to discuss about happiness, which is the most important thing in our life. Whatever we do in our life, we strive for happiness. But we are not happy with whatever we have, but try to find out the happiness in the things which we don't have. Okay, we always say I'll be happy if I finish college. Then once you finish college, then you say I will be happy if I get a job. Then you say I'll be happy if I'll get married. And once you get married, you'll say I'll be happy if I get a good house. Once you get a good house, then you say I'll be happy if I have children's. Once you have a children's, you say I will be happy if they get admission in a good college. If they get admission in a good college, then you say I will be happy if they get married. Once they get married, you say I'll be happy once they have children. So this cycle keeps on happening. You are not happy with whatever you have. You try to postpone your happiness in a future things. You want something to arrive so that you can become happy. Okay, so we are like a donkey with a carrot in front. On a lighter note, I would like to share one joke with you. Once Mullah Nasruddin read an ad in a newspaper, and the ad was regarding a rich man. He wanted his daughter to get married. The Mullah Nasruddin reached that man's home. The rich man said, "See, this is my first daughter. She is 30-year old. If you marry with her, I will give a dowry of 10 lakh rupees. This is a second daughter. She's a 40-year-old, and if you marry with her, I'll give a dowry worth 20 lakh rupees. And this is a third daughter. She's a 50-year-old, and if you marry with her, I'll give a dowry worth 30 lakh rupees." So Mullah Nasruddin thinks, oh my God, as the age increases, the dowry increases. Then he asks the man, "So, do you have any daughter who is 100-year-old?" Okay, so we are not happy with whatever we have. We always try to find out happiness in other and more things. You might have heard about Mr. Andrew Carnegie. He was the richest person in the end of 19th century and the beginning of 20th century. At the fag end of his life, his PA asked him, "Sir, you might be very happy and contented in life because you are the richest person in United States of America." Andrew Carnegie said, "What are you talking about? I am the most unhappy person on this earth." The PA asked, "Why, sir?" He said, "I wanted to earn $10 billion, but I just earned $2 billion. Okay, so we are not happy with whatever we are having. We try to find out happiness with more and more things. Why we are not contented? Why we are unhappy? Because when we are born, our heart is stronger, our soul is stronger. The true characteristic of heart and soul is peace and happiness. But as we grow, our mind become strong and our heart become weak, and we forget the happiness. So we have lost happiness inside, but we are trying to find out happiness outside. We have experienced happiness, but we don't know where the happiness lies. So we try to find out the happiness in worldly affair. Okay, I would like to share one story with you. There was one old lady in a village. She was finding out something outside her home in the evening. So the people nearby wanted to help her out because she was old. So the people said, "Rabia, what are you looking at? What are you finding?" The rabbi said, "I have lost a needle, and would you like to help me to find it out?" The people said, "Of course." After some time, they are not able to find out the needle. It's a seeming needle. So people said, "Rabia, the needle is very small. Can you tell us where you have lost that needle?" Rabia said, I lost the needle inside my house. But as I don't have electricity inside my house, I am trying to find it. I'm trying to find out the needle outside my house." The people say, "Are you mad? You have lost the needle inside your home and you are trying to find out outside your home?" The Rabia said, "My dear friends, it's regarding the sewing needle. I lost it inside. I'm trying to find out outside because I'm poor. I don't have electricity inside. But you all have lost the happiness inside and you are trying to find out outside. So how much mad you people are." Okay, so we have lost the happiness inside, and we are trying to find it outside in worldly affair, and that's why we are always unhappy even if we get the materialistic thing. There are two things in a life called as intrinsic value and instrumental value. I would like to share one story with you. Once a disciple asked a Guruji that, Guruji, please pray to God to give me a gold. Guruji said, why do you want gold? He says, I will sell the gold and get money. The Guruji says, why do you want to get, why do you want, why do you want to have money? And if you want to have money, why don't you directly ask God about money? Then he says, Guruji, pray for me that God gives me a money. Guruji said, why do you want money? He said, I will buy car, bungalows. The Guruji says, why do you want a car and bungalows? The man says, I will be happy if I get a car, bungalows. Then the Guruji says, why don't you ask about the happiness directly to the God? Why are you asking about gold, money, car? Okay, the happiness is an intrinsic value, while this money, gold, car are instrumental value. So we have to understand the differences between these two. And what we do, we run after these instrumental things and forget about this intrinsic value, that is peace and happiness. And the happiness is there. I'd like to share one story. Once there was a beggar, he died. The people wanted to bury him. They didn't find any place, so they decide to bury him at a place where he used to sit for whole of his life. Then when they dig, then they found that there is a golden treasure inside that particular place where that person used to sit. Okay, that baker was sitting where there was a treasure, and he was not able to find out. Similarly, the treasure is there. The treasure is in present. The treasure is inside. You are trying to find out outside. You are ignorant about it. The Kabir said, "Daudat daudat daudiye, jeete man ki dod, dod ruki man thahiriye, vastu thor ki thor." Means we keep on running after materialistic things, but you don't know. Once you stop there, go inside, introspect, and then you will find that the happiness is there. It's always there, but you are ignorant about it. Next, we are unhappy. We are happy when we are a child, but as we grow, we become unhappy. And the second reason is because we become more complicated. And why we become more complicated? It is because of ego. Because we want to show that we are somebody. Okay, we want to show other people that we are somebody. I'd like to share one story. Once Mullah Nasruddin runs away from his home. After some months, he sent a letter to his father that he has joined the theatre and he has become an actor, and they are coming to their village to organize a show over there. The father become very happy and he become very proud. Then he invites all his friends for that particular play. As the play was going on, they didn't see Mullah Nasruddin. After half the play is over, they didn't see Mullah Nasruddin. And at the fag end, they saw Mullah Nasruddin. He was in the form of, he was playing a role of security guard with the gun in his hand. And the play finished and he doesn't utter any word. The father become very angry. He says to Mullah Nasruddin that you have let me down. Okay, I invited so many our friends thinking that you have become a bigger actor. Okay, so you have played a role of security guard. You have not uttered a single word in this play. At least you should have fired a bullet. Okay, so we want to show that we are somebody, and in trying this, we become so complicated that we forget the happiness. When we become complicated, we forget happiness, because if a daffodil wanted to become a rose, it will not become a rose. Okay, but it will lost its ability to become a daffodil itself. So we should try to find out who we are, what are our potential, what we like, and we should live what make us happy. We should not live to show other people. Okay, we should live for our own happiness. The next reason for unhappiness is attachment. We are attached to our spouse, our parents, or children's, or materialistic thing and money. And if the other people do not behave the way you wanted to behave, then you become unhappy. Okay, because you treat them as your property. So the attachment is also one of the form of unhappiness. The reason of unhappiness is we live in ignorance. Ignorance is that we don't know what we are doing. We are under the influence of ignorance. And the ignorance is like a person under the influence of alcohol. On a lighter note, once a, a, a old man and a young man was sitting in a wine shop, and they were having a discussion. The old man said to young man, "Where do you live?" The young man said, "I live in New Mumbai, Kharghar." The old man said, "Oh, I live in the same place." Then the old man says, "Where, in which apartment do you live?" He said, "I live in a New Bellard apartment in Sector 12. The old man said, "I live in the same apartment." And he asked, "Which room do you live?" He said, "I live in room number 10. The old man says, "I live in the room number 10 only." The person who was sitting beside these people asked the waiter, "Are these people a mad? They were living in the same home and they don't know each other." The waiter said, "They are father and son. They always come here, they drink a lot and they forget what they themselves are." Okay, so this is a routine thing. Okay, so under the influence of alcohol we forget everything. So similarly, because of the ignorance we are unhappy. Okay, the unhappiness is also because we are either in the past, we are either means we are either in the so we are either in past or we are worried about future. Past makes us angry. Past makes us repent the things, the mistakes which we have done in the past. On a lighter note, once a politician went to a barber shop. The barber asked him that, "Why have you lost the election 5 years back?" Then the politician narrates why he has lost it. And then he says, "Wait a minute. Whenever I always come here, you always ask me the same question. May I know why do you ask this same question?" The barber says, "When I ask this question, then you become very angry and your hair become very straight and it is very easy to cut." Okay, so we are always angry and unhappy with the mistake which we have committed in the past. And we are worried about future. The Mark Twain has said, "I was worried about so many things in my life. Most of the things didn't happen." Okay. So the past is a history, future is a mystery, present is a gift. That's why it's called as present. So because of either the mind is in past or future, we are unhappy. We are always in a thought, and that makes us unhappy. Once a study was conducted and the people were asked what they are thinking about. Okay. And the next question was whether they are happy, and it is found that those people who were in thoughts were unhappy, and those who were in the present moment and without thoughts, they were happy. So friends, we have discussed the reasons of unhappiness. Because we are not happy with what we have, we try to find the happiness with what we don't have. We have lost happiness inside but trying to find out happiness outside. We give more importance to the instrumental value and forget about the intrinsic value. Our mind has become complicated, egoistic. We have a lot of attachment. We are ignorant. We are either in past or future, or we are in thoughts, and these things makes us unhappy. In the next lecture we are going to see about happiness, how you can become happy in your life. Till then, goodbye, take care.